Welcome to Samuels.here channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the Black community who saw him as an enemy. Being Black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuels.here, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Those were hers.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a PhD?
No.
I'm a PhD.
How many dogs you got?
One.
Really?
I'm sorry?
What kind of dog is it?
He's a cane corso.
He's a what?
A cane corso.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
Have you been to a leadership conference or course? The first thing they teach you is start with a positive. But here, I'm afraid I can't start with anything positive. It's quite hilarious that this lady has a dog in the background, and we all know what Kevin Samuels thinks of ladies, single ladies with dogs or cats. I don't actually see the problem. You know, if you're alone and you want to have a dog or a cat, why not? It's quite nice. It's companionship, you know, non-human companionship is sometimes better than human companionship. What can I say? I have nothing against it personally, but he seems to have a big issue about it. Bless his heart. Anyway, so it's hilarious that this lady calls in and there are dogs in the background, or a dog in the background. The other cardinal mistake she makes is, of course, she calls in with an off-topic request, and that, as we can see in the next clip, really pisses him off.
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching you on live. Normally I'm asleep. And
You have a job?
I do. I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
And I do have a question. If you don't
But I
mind.
have a business. And if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
I was trying to go online earlier.
But all you have to do, man, but see, what kind of business do you own?
I own a pet grooming, doggy daycare, and indoor
Okay,
dog
so
park.
what you're basically trying to do is I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, damn your topic. I want to ask you what I want to ask you. And
Okay.
but you are more than welcome to go on my website and purchase your time to talk with me one-on-one. Because what you're trying to do is rather rude, but I will go ahead and do it because I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson. How old are
Okay.
you? How old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old. 35 years old and you're a business owner.
Uh-huh.
And what's your question?
So my issue is, I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that.
Well, Mr. Samuels is right. I mean, it is rude. It's perhaps annoying. I can imagine as a host on a talk show, you want people, your viewers, your listeners, to stick to the topic at hand. It's only fair. So yes, I can quite imagine he's already a little bit ticked off starting this conversation. And that's never good.
When I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some money and be a business partner? And I'm not looking for that. And I honestly...
Hold on. I need to be clear on this subject. Where are you at?
North Carolina.
And you're saying when to tell somebody you own a business?
Because I find when I date down, guys see an interest and want to be like a business partner. And I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man because that's what.
Well, first off, ma'am, I really don't understand. What kind of man are you talking about? Because owning a business is no different than having a job, in my opinion. And so I'm not getting what you're saying. When should you? I'm not understanding why this is an issue. If you're. What kind of men are you dating?
I try to give guys that not a chance.
You try to do what?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
Why? What do you mean on your level? What does that mean?
That's making 6 figures or more.
But I don't okay. You try to give guys who are not on your level a chance. Why?
And because I honestly want a 6-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and net it out for you. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The guys you want aren't asking you out.
Well, I haven't been putting myself out there, honestly.
But you...
Let me go a little bit backwards on this one. Right at the end of this last clip, she defends her not having the right man for her by saying she's not putting herself out there. It may be true that she's not really put herself out there yet, but the result, the outcome is still the same. No, she hasn't found the man she's looking for yet. Now, of course, it's always a question of time, no problem. But now let's backtrack. You see, because one thing leads to another here. And if I were to talk to this woman as my sister, as my friend, as my niece or nephew, niece or cousin, I would say, look, you haven't found the right man for you. Okay, everybody, before they get married, before they find someone who they like enough to take that next step with, they haven't found them yet. So, you're only one encounter away from a lifelong marriage, is how I like to put it. It's okay. Everyone has to start somewhere. So this is why it's so important to go back to our attitude. Now, she wants a high value man, a high earning man, which is good. Every woman should aim high. It's okay. But we should also be realistic. Now, it's important to note that this is the video, of course, that made Kevin Samuels famous. This is the average at best video. We can see the lady's face. Now, look, I'm not I'm a woman, and I know that beauty is important to women, prettiness, beauty, whatever you want to call it. I'm not here to judge her looks because I don't even need to. I'm not a man. I'm not judging her because I'm not in the market for her product. So, whatever Kevin or other men, anyone of the male persuasion think of her looks, frankly, that's their business. I'm here really to judge her attitude. She can do nothing about her looks. That's the first thing to say, unless her looks have been downgraded by her weight. Yeah, so let's be fair. I don't really care, what her number out of 10 is. I think she's quite pretty, but then I tend to be generous to other women because I hope someone will be generous to me. It's a self-serving attitude here. The point is, she thinks she's above the average man, and this is really Kevin's bugbear, and I tend to agree with him on this. Because she owns a business, because she's earning a 6-figure sum for the last 3 years, she's better than the average man. Maybe she doesn't know what the average man is, but according to her, she has been dating the average man, the run-of-the-mill man, and they're not good enough for her because she earns more, not understanding that what actually men want, she can't really give because she has gone past that point. She's not near virginal or virginal. She has a child, a biological child, and she's a bit older than what the top earning man would want. Maybe this is a point to be negotiated. I mean, there are men who maybe like older women. I don't know. There are exceptions to the rule, but let's stick to the average high earning man, if you see what I mean. The man right in the middle of the Gaussian distribution. He wants a younger woman, and that's fair and that's true. And that's fact of the sexual market. It's so. There's nothing one can do. Is there something she can do to improve herself? Well, according to Mr. Samuels, not really. Maybe he's right, maybe he's not. But the point is, and as we can see in the next clip or so, she just doesn't want to listen.
Put yourself out there enough for the guys you don't want or beneath you to ask you out.
Those are like guys I met online.
Right. So, again, the men you want are not asking you out. See, you ladies do this. Mm-hmm. You go and deal with men who you feel are beneath you, and then you ask how to fix them. I'm not beneath you. I don't know how to fix a guy that's down.
Yes, it's true. We do this. It is true. Kevin is right. It's a way to get out of jail if we don't get the right outcome. It's plausible deniability. Hey, that's life. We do this. Yeah, it's not very nice, but we do it.
Yeah, that's not my concern. The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level? That's the real question. Well, the first thing, well, first of all, I would tell you what I said in here automatically is a problem. Why you would come onto a show that you know is a disagreement day? It's selfish. It's like, yes, ma'am. It's like, I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. That means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title. And you said, "Damn your show title, I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me, but you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted.
I'm sorry.
No, and I'm using this as a lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men. That was improper. And when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever.
Well, two things to say about this clip here. The first part of it, I really do feel sorry for this woman. Do you see how she almost weeps? You can almost see tears in her eyes as she asks, please give me some advice. I feel for her. Let's be kind sometimes to people and feel it when they get emotional. And as a woman, I think I am best placed to feel that, not necessarily see or think it, but to feel it. I did feel her desperation. I need your advice. Even if I've come on the wrong show, please help me. That's the first thing to say. And then the other important part of this clip is, of course, that Kevin Samuels makes the diagnosis. The question was, why haven't you found a man on your level? And he comes up with a plausible diagnosis. You are selfish. You and other black women or other women in general, you do things the wrong way. You want what you want. You don't care how you get it. You just do things how you like. And that's not very conducive to a good relationship with a man.
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like.
Would you want your son to, if you had a son making that kind of money, would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
Depending on his age.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for Black women. They will even, should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring, I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer. That's why I sat up. That is bullshit. You should want the best for your son.
Of course.
But and are you thinking, Micah?
If he brought home a woman, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But
no, you're not. That's the problem. You all think you're the exception to the rule, but your life has proven to you that you're not.
So it's true as well of women that we do tend to think that we are the exception to the rule. You know, we're all special, we're all unique, we are all worth it, according to that advert from, what was it? Was it Oil of Olay or something? Yeah, one of those cosmetic products. Yeah, genuine question here. Don't men think they are unique as well? I don't know. Is that not in the psyche of men to feel that way? I know as a woman, I think I'm special, even though clearly I am not. But it's just how we are. I don't know if there is any biological or evolutionary benefit to thinking this way. Maybe we're just entitled. Anyway, again, backing up to earlier on in this clip, the question, what would you want for your son, or would you want the best for your son? Notice how she skirts around that. Now, this is a big problem I have with women of sons, you know. To protect ourselves and our interests, do we really, like this woman is trying to do, do we really think it's a good idea to compromise on what's best for our sons? Maybe she's lying, which I hope she is. You know, I would accept any old woman, a woman like me, a single mother for my son. I hope it's a lie. The more scary option is that she really would say to her son, you know, when he's of age, when he's ready to choose a woman, yeah, that single mother will do for you. I hope that even she has enough insight to realize that that would be a bad choice for him. And which brings me to the question, if that would be a bad choice for her son, why does she think that she's a good choice for a man, a high status man, or any man, you know? Yeah, sure, people make mistakes when they're young. We all understand that. But there are certain mistakes that cost. And why should a man take on the costs of your youth? That's not fair to the man. Especially as a high-value man, he has to really give you more than the average woman gets. So, yes. So this woman should really set her sights down. Yes. If I would speak to her as a sister, I would say, sister, please get on your own level. Water finds its own level, so should you. Find a man who's ready to take you on and your son, because he's still young enough to warrant real fatherhood from a man, right? He still needs guidance, if not from his own father, from someone else, his stepfather or potential stepfather. So the gist of this video is, yes, we women, we set our sights high. That's a good thing in general. But if we have real issues that lower our value to a man, we should lower our standards too, in a manner that is commensurate to our value to the opposite sex. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the end. Godspeed.